So I just want to show you this while it's here. I'm probably going to end up pulling these out. I'm not sure what to do with them. Maybe I'll try planting them somewhere else. I already got a few in the bag outside. I'll show you those. But this right here are volunteers that came up from the Dwarf Tamarillo that I was growing. And it dropped fruit everywhere. In fact, I pulled out so many out of the ground that fell on the ground here that popped up. It was incredible. They're everywhere. So I got rid of a lot of them already, but I'm going to let a few of these grow, and then I'm going to try to transplant them into pots. The only problem with actually doing something like that is this plant, or tree if you even want to call it, is quite big, and for me to bring them in for the winter, even though it doesn't grow much through the winter, it's going to take up a lot of room. And I don't mind bringing in one, but I don't know if I can bring in, I don't know, if you look in the back over there, there's like 20 or 30 of them back there. So I'm not bringing them all in. Here's another one. And how you can tell that it's a Dwarf Tamarillo is you rub the leaf, and it has this road tar smell that I call it. It has this really strange odor. It's not the same as some of the other plants you see coming up. I do have a few other plants which are the sunberries, or I think they're called dwarf tomatillos or something like that. Purple tomatillos. I do got those two that come up wild here. So they're not the same thing, because if you rub the leaf, it has that very distinctive smell. So let me show you what I did. I put a few of them outside. Yeah, the unfortunate thing about the Dwarf Tamarillo is you really got to winter it over for a year before it starts producing fruit. That's the only unfortunate thing. It's not going to produce fruit its first year. Unless you live in a tropical climate and it grows all year, well, eventually it will produce fruit. But if you don't, and you got to bring it in, this plant has to literally grow for a year in northern climates like where I live in Pennsylvania. So you can see I got a bunch of them here. I'll probably thin these out eventually, pull a bunch of them out, and maybe I don't know, find a place to stick them in the ground and hopefully get them to grow a little bit and see how they do. But I just want to give you guys a quick update on Dwarf Tamarillo, being it's such a vigorous plant that starts from seed. I mean, it literally grew like a weed this year, and they're everywhere. So if you're growing a Dwarf Tamarillo, grow it in an area where you don't mind them falling down to the ground and coming up on you next year. If you're not, well, don't worry about it. Just pull them out like weeds. All right, like, share, and subscribe. See you on the next one.